Hi there, so we have already done three parts of our series from our solid series. We did the first principle, single responsibility principle. We did second principle, which was open closed principle. We did third principle, which was list of substitution principle. Now we are in the fourth part of the solid series. So this is going to be I of solid, which is interface segregation principle. See, this is very simple principle, but you might get confused this principle with the single responsibility principle. These two principles are applied in a similar way, but have a completely different purpose. See, single responsibility principle, if you have already watched the video, you already know that it says that a class should only handle one responsibility, right? If you have any other responsibility inside a class, you need to divide it into other classes and make a single responsibility for a class. But what does this ISP say? It says a class shouldn't be forced with any feature or any interfaces. That's what it says. It says that if a class doesn't use that interface or that feature, it shouldn't have it. That's what it says. That's all. And because of that, so that we don't want to force a feature into something, we make a different class for it and then apply it differently. And by doing that, it might feel like we are almost doing the same thing as in the single responsibility principle. So let's apply a new feature into this. See, before applying, I want to give you an example of ISP. See, you have a phone, right? You normally everybody uses phone, right? And for each app, you might get a notification. Let's say Facebook sends you a notification, Instagram sends you a notification, even Reminder app sends you a notification, right? But does a calculator send you a notification? No, it doesn't, right? Why? Because it doesn't need a notification. It's not an app that needs notification. So we cannot force notification into that app because it's of no use. Similarly, those kind of aspects are being handled by this principle. And how are we going to do it? For example, we have three types of tasks created inside this application as of now, right? In this ToDo application. So we have a regular task, we have urgent task, and a wrong task. This wrong task class, we created this for list of substitution principle to show the how it violates the principle, but we are still keeping it. So we have three types of tasks for now. Let's understand this. So I want to send a notification for one type of class, let's say urgent tasks. For urgent tasks, I want to send a notification. Right now, it's just a console-based application, so the only way of showing notification is through the console, right? So I'm going to use a normal cout to show a notification, but inside whatever function I use, instead of cout, you can have an actual notification implementation in a bigger apps. So it's not like that I'm using cout, so we can only do console aspects. So we are just making a placeholder. We are just trying to understand the functionalities. If you're working on a big app, instead of having a standard cout, you would have a actual mechanism for outputting the notification. So how do I send a notification for this origin class? So see, the wrong way to do this would be to like create a function here in a regular task, because this our urgent task is inheriting from our regular task, right? So a wrong way, this is the wrong way, okay? So this is the first thing that we think of while doing this, while making a normal classes. If you don't know solid principle, you would like 100% do the same mistake as I'm doing right now. So I'm going to create a virtual, let's say void, and then I'll say send notification. Please do not skip, okay? See, if you are watching this series, you already know that I teach the wrong methods as well, and then explain it to you how to do the right thing. So see, standard cout, it says send, oh sorry, this is notification. See, now I have this function inside, see, I have this function inside of our regular task, right? Now I can use this function inside our syntax here. Like I'm gonna use send notification and then apply this here, and you would replace it here. Even if I don't have anything here, for example, you're gonna replace something here, Now if I paste this here, see, this will do the same thing. But I have been telling this to you again and again. Writing a working code is not the only thing that matters. Writing a cleaner code is something that is very valuable as well. So our entire motive of learning these principles are to write a good code, not writing a right code. This works as well. If you call this function like in the main, it will give you a like console output saying this is a notification. But what is happening here? This function is been applied here, and these classes are being inherited by these things which are not even using this function. So we are forcing this function into them, and I know that you will not be able to use it unless you call it here, like I called it here, but this is not a right way to do it. How how do we do it in a good way? How do we do it following the ISP? So let's see that one. Okay, for this one, see, now why did I say that it's almost similar to single responsive principle? Now you're gonna find that out. Okay, so I'm gonna make a new class. This is going to be notifiables. See, this class would be the class that will be used for sending a notification for our chosen class here. So any other classes who doesn't require which doesn't require notification will not gonna use this class. Now we divided the class, right? So we are it feels like we're dividing the responsibility in a, it's kind of similar, but the purpose was different, right? We're doing the same kind of thing, similar thing, but the purpose is entirely different. So now I have this class. Inside this class I'm gonna have a function. I'm gonna have a public function. Let's say send void send notification. So I have this function here, and I'm gonna make this virtual so that I'm gonna rewrite this in our inherited class, which in the side class, let's say, and I'm gonna make it pure virtual by giving equal to 0. Seems good. Now I want to inherit this here for our urgent tasks, because urgent tasks will need this feature, right? We made this feature to apply it to our urgent tasks to send notification. So I'm gonna inherit this here as well, public noti. Yeah, okay. So if I inherit from this one, I should be able to use this function as well, right? So I'm gonna copy this here and paste it inside our urgent task, and inside it I'm gonna copy this and paste it here. I'll remove this return because our function is void, right? So instead of returning, I'll just do output, and it's not urgent, it's a notification, right? So notification so this is a notification type. So see, now we are able to apply this send notification inside our urgent task, and none other classes are being forced to have this functionality, right? And this will also not give you any unusual behavior inside your code. So we have this, but how do we use this send notification here? So for that, just like how we have like created a display class here, I'm gonna create another class to manage our notification. It's gonna be a class notification manager. See, and similar to this display, as display is taking vector of task, they're gonna be, right now we only have one urgent task, but there are going to be other type of tasks in future that could need a notification, right? So I'm gonna try to make a vector to store those classes which might need notification later in the future. So instead of taking just one class, I'm trying to like have a vector to store a class. So I'm just copy this. See, instead of displaying just a output, in the bigger aspect in this application, if you make a actual real life application, then instead of having like a cout here, you would have a actual implementation of the notification inside of this class in the notification manager. Right now we are only making a console application. So what is possible in the console? We are only able to show or print string in the console, right? So that's why we're only printing the in the console. But the major idea is to understand how to apply these principles and how to work with these principles, how to segregate the code into a cleaner code, right? So static void instead of display tags is a what? Notify. And notify is going to take a vector of not regular tags. It's going to take a vector of notifiables. Okay, perfect. We have the size. That's good. And I don't even need this cout. You know why? Because I already have a cout. I just need to call I already have these things here. What is this? Send notifications here. So for each task, let's say task.index I send notification. Now this notification already has a standard output, right? So this does the work. Now similarly, how we have implemented this vector of tags, I'm gonna create a vector of notifiables as well. Vector, this is gonna store those classes, those type of tags which will need this feature notifiables. So this is gonna take also that, and then notifiables tags. Okay, so this is a vector which is gonna store the tags that needs this notifiable feature. Okay, right now I only need it for this urgent task. We only have 3 types of tasks, but imagine in a bigger application there's going to be different types. There's going to be a timer task with a timer to do the task in certain time. There's going to be another task. There's going to be a multiple tasks. Like there's going to be a let's say not important task, or with a low priority or something like different type of tasks. So let's not discuss that in this tutorial. But just understand that we only have 3 types of tasks, and this feature is only being needed for this urgent task. So what I'm going to do is, see, right now all the regular tasks are being stored in the regular tasks, right, in this vector. But I only need to store this task in this vector. So for that, what I'm going to do is in this notifiable task dot pushback, I'm going to push back what? This urgent task, which is already inside of this task dot one, right? What is this? Task.1 is what? Task.1 is 0, 1, this urgent task, right, with the index. Index 1 means urgent task, because index 0 has this non-regular task, index 2 has this wrong task, index 0 has urgent task. So index 1 will return this urgent task here. So seems good. No matching member function called to pushback. No matching member function. Pushback. Notifiables. Task. What am I think this is good enough. What I need is dynamic cast, and then this should be casted as dynamic cast, and this cast should be as a subtype notifiables, and this and this. Okay, see, what was the problem? The problem was that I was trying to push back this tax1, but this was of type what? Regular tax. But what we are trying to store in this vector is notifiable. So I dynamic casted this into notifiable task. So this task is been converted into this, and it is convertible because urgent task class inherits from the notifiable class as well. So what happens if I try to have this feature forced into another one, let's see, into a wrong task, let's say 0, or a regular task, or a 1, let's say 2. Okay, this is done. Okay, task or erase. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, we have this static for our notify as well, so we don't need to make an object for this class. So I can directly say notification sorry, I wrote the wrong spelling, notification notification manager, notification manager dot notify what we're gonna put this vector name. What is it? I decided to take longer names, that's why. All right, so this is going to take a vector list, which is notifiables, which has one member, which is urgent type of urgent task. So if I print this, if I run this again, wow, it works. See, task completed, 0 was closed, urgent was closed, notification was closed. Notification, we have got a notification for our was closed, which is of urgent type. It's of urgent type, right? Task completed. Why are we getting this here? It's because of the wrong class here, because we used the wrong task. This we are getting this because we are this wrong task is violating the Lisco principle. Why is this happening? You already have a video for that. In the earlier video we already saw that, but the real implementation, you can see it here. So we got a notification for was closed. This is what ISP is. It's a interface segregation principle. It says that a class shouldn't be forced to use a feature that it doesn't need. So if you want to use a feature for a certain class, it should only be used in that class. It shouldn't be forced into other classes. So this is one way to implement that principle. See, principles can be applied by any way, but it should apply with a principle. Okay, so this is for ISP. Hope it was not confusing for you guys. I tried my best to show it in a very simple way, but if you have any confusion, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much.